Hello my good people and welcome to Screen Rant. Yes, I know this shirt is kind of ridiculous, but this is a James Bond video and well, I like to do some things the old-fashioned way and just wanted to class it up a bit for this one. Daniel Craig is playing Bond for the fifth and final time in No Time to Die, and while the movie will introduce a handful of new characters, it will also see some returners from as far back as Quantum of Solace that will help tie up Craig's 14-year-long run as 007. So here we go, I'm Elliot, Greg Elliot, and here is every returning character in No Time to Die. After his last stint as Bond in Spectre in 2015, Daniel Craig took a break from the 00 lifestyle to play a stormtrooper in The Force Awakens, did some comedy in Steven Soderbergh's Logan Lucky, and was nominated for a Golden Globe for his role as private investigator Benoit Blanc in Knives Out. In No Time to Die, Craig is back as Bond one last time, coming out of retirement to help an old friend, which of course sets him down a path full of car chases, explosions, and dark secrets. But you already knew James Bond would be in a James Bond movie, so let's see who else is back for this round. Christoph Waltz is returning for a second time in the 007 franchise as the classic Bond villain Blofeld. Even though Bond thwarted his plans in Spectre, it looks like he's lived to see another day, and despite the fact that he appears to be locked away in a maximum security prison, we know better than to assume that's where he's gonna stay. I mean, come on, he's Bond's arch nemesis, so it stands to reason that he won't be in that cage for long. The daughter of the late Spectre villain Mr. White, Madeleine Swann, is also back in No Time to Die. In the last film, she ends up joining James on his mission and nearly dies in the process. The two do ride off together in his Aston Martin at the end of the film, and all seems well, but it looks like she's been hiding something from him. And what that is, well, we'll just have to wait and see. It wouldn't be a Bond flick without Quartermaster, or Q as he's better known. I mean, where else would James get all of his cool gadgets and gear? Played by Desmond Llewellyn for over 30 years and even twice by John Cleese, Ben Whishaw has played him since Skyfall in 2012 and will be back in No Time to Die to give Bond some more expensive toys to play with. And Moneypenny will also be back after making her first appearance in this Bond series in Skyfall as well. Unlike earlier versions of the character, this Moneypenny isn't afraid to get her hands dirty on account of actually being a former MI6 field agent. In Skyfall, she did nearly get Bond killed, but is still one of his strongest allies. Having played the character since replacing Dame Judi Dench as M at the end of Skyfall, Ralph Fiennes will also be back in No Time to Die. Spectre gave him his first full run as the head of MI6, and at the end of the movie, he personally saw to Blofeld's incarceration. But given the fact that Blofeld is known for pulling the strings from the shadows, it's possible that M's actions could come back to haunt him. Oh, and M's Chief of Staff Bill Tanner? Yep, he's back too. Despite playing a more significant role in the novels and appearing only twice during Craig's first two Bond films, Felix Leiter is a CIA agent who's proven himself to be a loyal ally of 007. But he's back again, and it looks like his connection with Bond is what ultimately pulls James out of retirement and sets up the new film. Where there's smoke, there's fire, and it looks like No Time to Die has got plenty of fuel to burn to send Daniel Craig's James Bond out on a high note. We'll keep you up to date on anything else we find out before the movie comes out this April, so keep checking back with Screen Rant to keep the British end up. I'm Greg Elliot, and I'm out. See you next time.